Fun Facts presents the 1955 356 Coupe. This is a 50s classic car, and it was introduced back in 1948 and had a long production run through 1965. I am excited as this is one of my favorite cars of all time. So I'm excited, I hope you're excited, and let's get started now. The Porsche 356 is a sports car that was first produced by Austrian company Porsche 1948 through 49, and then by the German company Ding HCF Porsche 1950 through 65. It was Porsche's first production automobile. Early cars designed by the Austrian company included the Grand Prix race car, the Volkswagen Beetle, and the Auto Union Grand Prix cars. The 356 is a lightweight and nimble handling rear-engine, rear-wheel drive, two-door, available both in hardtop, coupe, and open configurations. Engineering innovations continued during the years of manufacture, contributing to the motorsport's success and popularity. Production started in 1948 at the Gumen, Austria, where Porsche built approximately 50 cars. In 1950, the factory relocated to Zuffenhausen, Germany, and general production of the 356 continued until April of 1965, well after the replacement model 911 made its September debut in 1964. Of the 76,000 originally produced, approximately half survived. The original price in 1948 for the 356 Coupe was $3,750, equivalent to today's money $42,300. The 356 Cabriolet cost $4,250, equivalent today $47,900. So by no means was it cheap back in 1948. Prior to World War II, Porsche designed and built 3 Type 64 cars for a 1939 Berlin to Rome race that was canceled. In 1948, the mid-engine tubular chassis 356 prototype called Number 1 was completed. The lead to some debate as to the first Porsche automobile, although the original 356 unit had a rear mid-engine placement, and the rear-engine 356 is considered by Porsche to be its first production model. The 356 was created by Ferdinand Porsche, son of Ferdinand Porsche, founder of the German company, who founded the Austrian company with his sister, Louise. Like its cousin, the Volkswagen Beetle, Ferdinand Porsche Sr. had designed. The 356 is a 4-cylinder air-cooled rear-engine, rear-wheel drive, and the chassis was completely a new design and was the 356 body designed by Porsche employee Erwin Komenda. At the same time, certain mechanical components, including the engine case and some suspension components, were based on and initially sourced from Volkswagen. Ferrari Porsche described the thinking behind the development of the 356 in an interview with the editor of Panorama, the PCA magazine, in September 1972. I had always driven very speedy cars. I had an Alfa Romeo, also a BMW, and others. By the end of the war, I had a Volkswagen Cabriolet with a supercharged engine, and that was the basic idea. I saw that if you had enough power in a small car, it's nicer to drive than if you have a big car, which is also overpowered, and it's more fun. On this basic idea, we started the first Porsche prototype to make the car lighter, to have an engine with more horsepower. That was the first 2-seater that we built in Carinthia. The first 356 was road certified in Austria on June 8, 1948, and was entered in a race in Innsbruck, where it won its class. Porsche re-engineered and refined the car with a focus on performance. Volkswagen Porsche shared fewer parts as the 1950s progressed. Porsche handcrafted the early 356 automobile bodies at Gummend in aluminum, but when production moved to Zuffenhausen, Germany, in 1950s, the models produced were steel-bodied. The aluminum-bodied cars from that very small company are what are now referred to as prototypes. Porsche contracted Reuter to build the steel bodies and eventually bought the Reuter Company in 1963. The Reuter Company retained the seat manufacturing part of the business and changed its name to Recaro. In late 1955, with numerous small but significant changes, the 356A was introduced. Its internal factory designation Type 1 gave rise to its nickname T1 among enthusiasts, and in the US, 1,200 early 356s had been badged as the Continental, and then a further 156 from autumn 1955 to January 56 as an even rarer T1 European variant, after which it reverted to its numerical 356 designation. In 1957, a second revision of the 356 was produced, known as Type 2 or T2. Production of the Speedster peaked at 1,171 cars in 1957 and then started to decline. The 4-cam Carrera engine, initially available only in the Spider race cars, became an available option starting with the 356A. Within the last 25 years, replicas of the 356A have become very popular. Most typical engine was a 1582cc 4-cylinder boxer air-cooled, naturally aspirated pushrod overhead valve, 2 valves per cylinder valve train, with dual downdraft Zenith carburetors producing 60 PS at 4,500 RPM and a maximum torque of 110 81 foot-pounds at 2,800 RPM. In late '59, significant styling and technical refinements gave rise to the 356B, a T5 body type. The mid-1962 356B model was changed to the T6 body type. Twin grills on the engine compartment cover and an external fuel filler in the right front wing fender and a larger rear window in the coupe. Porsche did not draw attention to these quite visible changes, initially keeping the same model designation. However, when the T6 got disc brakes with no other visible alterations, they did call the Model C or the SC when it had the optional, more powerful engine. A unique Karmann hardtop and a notchback 356B model was produced from 61 to 62, and the 61 production run T5 was essentially a cabriolet body with the optional steel cabriolet hardtop welded in place. The 1962 line T6 production was a very different design in that the new T6 notchback coupe body did not start life as a cabriolet, but its own production design. In essence, it had the cabriolet rear end design, the T6 coupe windshield frame, and the unique hardtop. Both years of these models have taken the name Karmann notchback. Okay, well, if you found yourself this far into the video, we'd certainly like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch our video. And if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up, because it really does help our channel. And if you like our channel, please subscribe, because we're going to be doing all of the cars from the 1950s and 60s, the muscle cars, the sports cars. We'll be getting into Later, the hybrid cars and the supercars will be doing autoramas and car shows, and custom cars and hot rods. So a little bit of everything for everybody. And we hope to see you when we upload our next video. So always, always, always take good care, and thank you.